even? Jesus. I don't know. There's literally nothing else that's close by. Hey, what up, you guys? It's your girl Talana, and welcome back! And today I have literally one of the most frustrating story times. Every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. So basically this is a story of last summer when I went to California for my birthday. I'm already not a fan of my birthday, so this year I took the matter into my own hands so I could make myself have the best birthday possible. But it's not much of a story time if things go as planned. You see. This trip was supposed to be 4 days long. It was about 6 days long. So July 10th we spent going to Bearizona, the Hoover Dam, Lake Mead, and then we're planning to drive to spend the night in Vegas. That day went super awesome. It was so much fun. I took a vlog there. I already posted that a while ago. Check it out if you want to see that. Then on July 11th, we had planned to go to the Quoia National Forest, which has the world's biggest tree. Touch the world's biggest tree. You know, it's in my pants. Because we were already in California, we decided on July 12th, my birthday, we were gonna drive to go to the beach in Malibu. Now, I'd never been to Malibu before, and I was really excited about it because I heard it has the world's best beaches. But, of course, this is not a story time if things go as planned. We were driving in the middle of butt frick nowhere. Literally just plains of sand going around everywhere. We're supposed to drive like 6 hours to get to Malibu that day. Now, little bit of a backstory. Our car is a 2004 model. This story happened in 2018, so do the math. The car is like 13 years old. The car also had 187,000 miles on it. So obviously we're expecting the car to break any day now, and we had said that for like 3 years. We're driving and we start to hear really bad noises in the car. Something bad with the engine is going on. We're driving for about 5 more minutes with the bad noises because there was nowhere to pull over. So then we pulled over into this little parking lot. It had like a general store kind of thing there. And it says that we're completely out of oil. So we're like, let's go find a place that we can buy oil that's really freaking close. And then we saw that there is a gas station that was like 3 miles away. So we turn around, go back to the gas station. So then we bought probably 5 or 6 quarts of oil. We put them in the car and the noise is gone. So we're like, awesome, disaster avoided. That's what you think. Since the sound was gone, then we started driving back out towards Malibu because that was the plan and the car sounds were gone. We drive for 5 minutes and then the noises are back. We're driving on this highway. So then we start debating whether we should go back to the auto repair shop or keep going and see if the noise goes away. We decide the noises are too bad. The car is gonna like completely die. We try to pull into the median. So we get onto it and we're just about to like turn off the car. The car turns off by itself. We were stranded in the middle of butt frick California in the middle of freaking nowhere. So we call AAA and they say that they will send a tow truck as soon as possible. So where we were located is literally in between, like on the literal border of northern and southern California. Basically, the tow truck places did not know if they were in their jurisdiction or whatever, and also the police would be in 2 different jurisdictions. Like, we are literally in no man's land. So then it just so happened that a police car saw us, so he pulls over and he's like, hey, are you guys okay? And we're like, no, our car's completely dead. Like, we're stuck. So he goes, okay, I'm gonna call a fire truck for you guys so he can bring you water. I forgot to mention, it is literally the middle of July, the hottest time of the year in California, closest to Arizona where I'm from, where it is literally hot as freaking balls. It was like 110. So yeah, the water was much appreciated. Thank you very much, firefighters and policemen. That was so nice and waited with us. Here's where it starts to get annoying. This tow truck pulls up and then he goes, I'm not with AAA. It's gonna be $500 up front for me to tow your car. So then we go, no, we're not paying $500 for you to just throw our car away. We've been on vacation for 3 days at this point, and we had come from our cabin in northern Arizona. We had literally all our stuff from that trip, plus all of the stuff from the California trip in our car. It was completely packed and there's 6 people in my family. So there's all 6 of us, all of our stuff in the car. He says, okay, we'll send a different one from AAA. And I'm like, thank you, that's what we asked for in the first place. It literally took 3 hours for the freaking tow truck from AAA to come because we were in no man's land. So the policeman that originally had stopped by, he was the nicest guy. He literally waited with us for 4 hours on the side of the road in 110-degree heat. Apparently there's this law that cops can't carry more than 1 person in their car at a time if they're not being arrested. He says, okay, I'll take your dad, we'll go to the rental car place and rent you guys a car. So the cop takes my dad to the rental place. Me, my mom, and my little brothers were all waiting in the car. So then we realized there was not one place, even remotely close, that was a rental car place that had a car for 6 people. This is how long the tow truck freaking took to get here. My dad drives an hour to the rental car place, rents a car, comes back, and when he gets back, the tow truck finally comes. So he was under the impression that he had to go there, get a 5-person car, load all our stuff into that, and then go back and rent a different car. So we were gonna have to have 2 rental cars. That was the original plan. However, when he got there, he said, I need a car for 6 people. And they said, we don't have that. Continue talking to the guy that works there. Until the guy eventually goes, oh, well, I guess I can rent you the van. You have a minivan and you didn't freaking start out with that? Why would you not want to rent your freaking van out? You can charge more for the bigger cars. Oh wait, you know what? I lied. I actually do have a car that will fit your whole family and all your shit in it. So then, now that my dad and the tow truck are there, we start loading everything from our beloved family car into this rental car, because we were never going to see the car again. So we had to take everything out of it. The tow truck loads our car on and he goes, okay, I'm going to take your car to the Ford dealer to see if they can fix it. My entire birthday was spent on the side of a freaking road in 110-degree heat. See, I have to say that my favorite part of this is that the second we get the rental car, within 30 seconds, a pop can explodes in the car and we already ruined it. So now it's about 7 p.m. We dropped it off at the Ford dealership so they could diagnose our car and see if there was something easily fixable. So then we go to Ford and Toyota to try to find a new car to buy because we're stranded in a different state without a car with a rental car full of our belongings. So we're looking for cars, and I cannot stress. If there is one thing in the world I hate above anything else, it is car shopping. I hate looking at cars. I don't care if someone's gonna buy me a goddamn car. I don't give a crap. I hate car shopping. At about 9 p.m. we decide to go to the hotel and we get there about 10. So we stayed in a hotel in Ventura. So we went to look for cars really early in the morning and spent that entire day basically car shopping. So we found a couple that we really liked online, so then we had to go drive to all those dealerships to see if they would fit us. So we could not find literally like any that had 4-wheel drive and seated 8 people. But then we remember where we had originally rented our rental car from the past day from. That was in Valencia. We are now in Ventura, which is about 2 hours away. We realized at about 12 that day that we had until 4 p.m. to go back to Valencia and return our rental car. So then we called the place to see if we could extend how long we rented it for. And they said, yeah, sure. So we agreed on renting it for $157 yesterday, correct? And my mom goes, yes, that's what we agreed for yesterday. The lady goes, actually, for you to rent it a second day, the second day alone is gonna cost $350, in addition to the $157 from yesterday. This conversation's on speakerphone, all 6 of us in the car. I've never seen my mom tell someone off so aggressively because we were already in so much stress. And she's just like, oh, so you lied to me yesterday when you told me that it was gonna cost $175 a day. And the lady replies, no, it was gonna cost $175 yesterday. Now it's $350. My mom replies, as one should, F you. The lady replies, thank you, have a great day. My mom goes, no, F you. Okay, so now that my mom had successfully told off the woman, we then have to go drive back to Valencia to return this car, but we also are then not going to have a rental car. So first off, we go and we rent 2 cars because none of the rental places in Ventura had 6-person cars. We park one at the rental dealership and we make my 3 brothers wait there while me and my mom take the other new rental car and my dad takes the old rental car that we have to go return right now. So we take 2 separate cars, we go, return the car, then took the other car back to Ventura. Once we get back and we have our 2 new rental cars, we decide that we want to go look at a white Ford Expedition in Santa Ana. So then we are gonna go to this place called Quantum Auto. Again, in 2 different rental cars. Me and my mom in one, and the 4 boys in the other. So apparently, where we were trying to go and find where to buy this car, there is a North Harbor Street, and South Harbor Street. Apparently on 2 of them, there's a Quantum Auto. So, of course, me and my mom go to the wrong one. So I call my dad, and outside of these 2 places are both giant inflatable gorillas. This will matter in 1 second. We're at the store, and he goes, okay, so you're here.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm outside, I don't see you. And I'm like, okay, I'm outside and I don't see you. And he's like, okay, there's a giant gorilla. Like, I'm gonna stand right under it. So then I go, and there's nothing between the gorilla's legs. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I stand here and I'm like, I'm under the gorilla's legs. And he's like, oh yeah, so am I. And I'm like, I swear. Apparently we're at different ones, so that's really fun. So then me and my mom go to the one that's on South Harbor Street, which was the correct one, and we look at the car. We really liked the car. We thought it was awesome. But then we realized that there was another car that we wanted to look at that was at Villa Ford. So we had to rush there before they closed. Yet again, we had different addresses for the 2 places. Even though I asked my dad and I said, hey, can you give me the specific address of this place so we don't make the same mistake? Oh no, you'll be able to find it. What do you mean? So they took the minivan, went to the correct location in Anaheim Hills. And my mom took the truck to Cerritos. I think that's how you say it. Oh yeah, I just have some trophies. I don't think anyone noticed, but yeah, they're just in the back of my car. No big deal though, just like, I just have a lot of trophies if you can't tell. So by the time that we realized this, it was about 9 p.m. So we were 20 minutes away from them and they were gonna close, so we couldn't really get to see that car that night. Also, in the midst of all this craziness, we never got the chance to make hotel reservations for that night. So then we pull over so I can make the reservation at a semi-nice hotel that has good prices. So then we gave the address to my dad and he was closer to it, so he would have gotten there first. So then we start driving towards where it was. After about 10 minutes of us driving, my dad calls and he says, we got there and they said that our reservation doesn't work because the website lied. We are completely booked for the night. So we pulled over again, and since it was so freaking late, everything was booked. And the only place that we could get a room was Motel 6. Okay, so my dad got all the way to the hotel and they go, oh yeah, we're totally full and your reservation was BS. So then I go in the room and I literally just fall asleep immediately. I am exhausted. Apparently in the middle of the night, there was a cockroach on our bathroom sink. Nice. So then we go back to Villa Ford. We see this black Ford Expedition XL, which means it's a foot longer. On the same day we bought that car. From there, we loaded everything into our new car. My parents drove the 2 rental cars back to the rental place. So then I drive our new car to the rental shop. They return it. They got in a fight with the guy because he also tried to scam them by saying, oh, you returned the thing without a full tank. But my dad goes, no, when we rented it, it wasn't a full tank. So we have it at the same amount that it was given to us at. And the guy tried to argue and tried to charge him an extra $200. Yeah, we said no, because that's BS. So then we finish packing everything into our new car, clean out the rental cars, but then finally we got to go to the beach. We went to the beach in Malibu for about 20 minutes. Now it is time to journey back home. Oh, and then a little bit of, end note. When we got to Flagstaff, me and my brother, we sleep in a tent because it's camping, and I could make an entire story time on our living situation up there because it's outdoorsy camping, we're building a cabin there, like all that stuff. So basically me and my brother sleep in a tent. When we got back, the tent was wide open. We had been gone for a week and it had rained. Went in completely filled with spiders, beetles, ants, flies, crickets. There were so many crickets. So then I just said, screw it, I'm not cleaning this out tonight. I'm so freaking tired. I had the worst trip ever. I'm gonna go sleep in our new car. Then the next day we completely took everything out of the tent, vacuumed every single bug up, and there were still bugs somehow. But that was just a freaking icing on the cake at the end of a crappy trip. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on all my social media at Talana Jordan. I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, I have a TikTok, and I have a Patreon. Go follow me on all of those. And I will see you guys next week. Peace! We're expecting it to break anytime now. Anytime now. Anytime. No, literally it's gonna break when we're in the middle of frickin' nowhere.